Hi everyone, it's Cameron back with a sales update video for January. It's only 2 weeks into February, so not too late. It's like I've been some other times. Wasn't really the greatest month. I know a lot of people are having a slower month, but then some people I talked to were having, better than December. So for me, it definitely was slower. There was also a lot of rain in December and January here in California, and I think that limited my ability to go out to garage sales and find some stuff. So it probably did affect some of my sales. However, I didn't spend a whole lot, so I still brought home a lot of money this month, even though the sales were down because I wasn't spending as much. So we'll kind of jump right in. I was at 2,043.48 for total sales. That's, down 27%. Thing was, there wasn't many high dollar sales this month. There was a Nintendo 64 here. It says 132, but that's because it was an international shipping. It really was only like 59.99 or something like that. Atari, this was the biggest sale, was sold for 125. It only cost like 25 to ship it, so that wasn't too bad. And the rest dropped right down to 63 and below, so a lot of video game systems. So I think that was part of it too, not having enough big number sales to help bring up that total number. But we'll jump in. Um, this one was actually one that I had sold in January, but they didn't pay. Relisted it and someone bought it, or sold it in December and someone didn't pay. Relisted in January, someone bought it. Just a Kirby game. Label was really beat up. Probably could have got 15, 16, 17 if it's not a beat up label, but still made some money there. This was an NES console I had. Um, it had some damage to it. I don't know if it worked or not. I just sold it for parts because they were going for $40 roughly each if they were untested. I just shipped them in a medium flat rate, so that worked out pretty well. A little Game Boy game I had, 539. You don't make a whole bunch on these. I just like to list them. I like to sell video games. I might make a buck or two and hopefully get a feedback. N64 Rumble Pack, 12.59 on sale, so pretty good there. Someone gave me these Subaru caps, Subaru and Prez. I had two of them. Sold that one for 13 bucks, so those were free. Nintendo GameCube had no controllers, just had the cords in the system. It did work. Sold that for 45. And a Microsoft Xbox 360 wireless network adapter that sold within a day or two for 25 bucks. So pretty good there. Two PS2s, they were Slims. They were actually broken. I did try to get them to work. One of them has a messed up memory card port there, or controller port. It's all messed up. The other one, something's wrong with the little tray that opens up to put the disc in. So even broken though, 35 bucks to sell those. So that was pretty good. Sega Dreamcast game, 13 bucks. Nothing cool there. Just kind of bread and butter stuff. These Nike shoes, picked them up for 5, sold them for 25. So made a little bit of money on them. They were really worn. Someone had sold another pair, I think for like 100, that were a little better shape. So I was hoping I could get more like 40 from mine. But it took a long time for them to sell, but finally got 25 bucks, so that was cool. Calculator from a lot I bought, 23 bucks. Care Bear, Braveheart Lion. I think I got this for $1 or two, sold it for 17. Pioneer DVD remote. These remotes can do well. Different ones. You just got to look them up online. A lot of them are only 8 to 12, but there are some that I've sold as high as 30, 40. So pretty good. This was a lot of Ratchet and Clank games, PS2. Just had them lying around. One of them did not have the case, so I just threw in a little plastic case with it. Sold that for 17. This picture didn't turn out that right, but it's still sold. Lethal Enforcers. This is a Sega Genesis game that you can use the Sega Justifier gun with. So sold those together for 23. These Hero, I don't even know what this is. I bought 3 of them for, that's why the picture is so old, you can tell. I bought 3 of them for $5 each. I sold one for I think 30, and I think this might be the last. Might have sold one for 22, and then I sold this one for 22. So those are pretty good. They ship first class, so I do okay on those. I have no clue what they are. This is a cute little Taz. Paid $2 for this. It was brand new with tag. I sold it for 23. Another NES console for 40. These came in an Atari lot I bought. They were the joysticks. I sold them for 28, untested. They usually go for about 20 almost a piece if you know they work. 2 golf NES games, just had a lot of them, only got 12 bucks. These were Stainless knife. I paid $10 for these or something like that, maybe 7 or 8. Sold those for 35 on a best offer. I was missing one to have a nice set. Probably could have got a little more, but I just wanted to move them. This was a junky old Warner Brothers hat I had. It was really beat up and worn. The inside's dirty. I wasn't even going to list it. Found it lying around, and I saw another video. Someone sold some old beat up hats. I just listed it for 14. Thought, I'll probably have to drop it down over time, but it sold within a week for $14. So that was good. I had bought a bunch of whole or little stamp punch things for crafts for $20. It's one of my haul videos. This was the first one that sold out of there for $23, so that was good. I'd originally sold this for $49.99. I got a return. I'm not sure if he returned me the same one or not, but he said it didn't work. I got it to work, but it was kind of messing up now, so I just listed it for parts and got $18. Just trying to make my money back in something that I lost on the shipping. Dalmatians watch. I think I paid 50 cents for this. It sold for $6. An N64 transfer pack. It goes into the back of a 64 controller. You can put a Game Boy game in there. Sold that for 14. Average Joe's dodgeball jersey. I paid 10 for this or something like that, so I didn't really do too well, but didn't lose money. I thought it might go a little bit more, and I had bought it around Halloween, but it ended up selling for 21. Lord of the Rings parts, $4.49, just kind of a standard thing. Didn't even crop this picture, but that sold for 25. So I paid 4 or 5 for that, so not too bad. Some micro cassettes, I paid $1 each for those, so those for 13. This was a Handycam I had picked up for $6.99 at Savers. It was a pretty good model. It was a 730, so I knew it was a better one. I sold it. It powers up. I didn't know if all the functions worked. I just sold it for $63 as is. It's like 120 or something if it is tested and works. Rolodex covers, paid $1 for these, sold those for 9. Some more punches. Got 2 of those right there. They sold for 18. They were from that box that was $20. Paid $5 for this Scully. This is a good brand, Scully, to look out for. Suede with kind of fringe red jacket. It had a little bit of a mark on the back shoulder. That sold for 32. And then 2 Nerf Vulcan ammo belts. They came in a lot together at Savers. This one is really beat up, and one of the little parts, I think it's right there where my mouse is kind of jacked up and crushed. Still got 10, 13 for the other one. Super Paper Mario, $13. 3 My Little Pony Spike figures, sold those for 10. Another GameCube here for 44. It had some yellowing on the front, so I lowered the price a little bit. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon for 14. The Who, paid $2 for this at a garage sale as a concert shirt. Sold that for 13. This is I think my wife may have got this. I'm not sure if it was a book, one of those leather books, $16. Paper Mario for 3DS, $11. Grand Theft Auto for Game Boy, $11. For Wii balance board, they go in the bottom, the little feet risers. I had a bunch of Wii boards. I got rid of them all, but they're just not worth selling for me at this point. And I just sold those for $9. Same person bought both of these Christian book sets. They're vintage and pretty beat up. $13 there and $9, so I was happy about that. Sold a global shipping program, a bunch of Christian worship music. That was $22, so paid 50 cents each for those. The Triplets, another book set. Someone paid $13 for that. This was a Winchester denim. It's made to look old. I don't think it's really that old. It's got some patches on it. Someone paid me $30 for that. I had paid 3 or 4, so that was pretty good. Oh, this is the one my wife got. She actually found this one at her work, and someone just kind of was going to get rid of it. Sold that for $23, so that was awesome. Padres jersey, sold it for 18. Took a while to sell. Picture wasn't that good, so I'm just happy to get rid of it. Pokemon Stadium 2 manual. I don't have the game anymore. I bought a bunch of games a long, long time ago and already sold the game off. Finally found the manuals. Sold that for 10. Tommy Hilfiger jeans. This is like a mechanic style shirt. It's really cool. Paid 5. Sold it for 35. Guy was super happy with it too. So Sega CD. Just the console. Don't know if it works. I did get it to power up. Sold that for 48. Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 3, or however you pronounce that, paid $10. Looked that offer up, found bunch of Wii games that were for sale. You know, he wanted like $10 a game, or no, he wanted like $50 for the whole thing, or $10 a game, something like that. And he had like 8 games, and most of them were junk. But I happened to see this one there, knew what it was, called him or messaged him, when picked it up, sold it for 37 within a week. So pretty good. 64.99. 2 junk games here: a controller and the cords. That's it. So nothing special there. Paid $10 for this Abu Garcia fishing reel. It's brand new. The package is kind of trash though. Sold that for 35. Flight Simulator. This is a floppy game for like a vintage video game system. Sold that for 13. Another 64. Sold. That's my cat if you can hear. Sold that for $60. A bunch of Nintendo 64 cases. Some of them had damage. Sold those for 45. Simpsons Road Rage for 8, kind of a bread and butter. The Simpsons games you want to look for are Hit and Run. Simpsons Hit and Run does a little bit better than Simpsons Road Rage, so keep that in mind. This came off of that big pony for real friends. Butterscotch is like the life-size pony that interacts with you. It was broken. I paid $1 for it this last time, and I took the battery cover out and sold it for 40. Just threw the rest away. Paid $2 for this Uma telephone service, sold that for 30. This was an open box of transparency film. I think there actually were like 80 sheets, but I kind of lowered it a little bit just to be sure. Sold that for 16. Bought a bunch of PS2 games. This was in there. Taito Legends, had never heard of it before. This sold for 26. Got $30 for this Kenworth tractor trailer. I think I ended up shipping it FedEx Smart Post for like $10. So we did okay there. This is a really old picture of Pendleton. It's a Lobo variety. Doesn't have a tag on it and it's beat up. Sold that for 13. We got good feedback. Lord of the Rings box set for $11. I paid 2, so I paid a little bit too much, but some of those box sets you can get 10 to 13 for. This was I sold it. Excuse me. It was a global shipping sale. It ended up being returned. He just wanted the $22 back. It got damaged. So not sure how it got damaged, but I wasn't going to fight him for $22, so just gave him that back. Lord of the Rings. This is from the Monopoly or the Risk. Comes with a little ring in there. Sold that for 9 as a replacement one. Not sure why I bought this in the first place. This is a Minnesota Wild. It's just very plain. Sold that for 15. Cutco carving fork, paid $1. Sold it for 11. I've been parting out all my video game stuff, as you've seen in this video. I've been parting out the power cords as well. Sold this one for 19, the Sega one. Only thing is that's a ship and a priority padded flat rate because it's so dang heavy. So I don't make as much, but still pretty good. Balance board. This is just the battery cover for one. I had a couple of these lying around. Sold it for $4.79. Under Armour shirt. It's a size 2XL. Really nice looking. I love the color on it. Sold that for 20. I bought all these cool quick dry. They're called Sierra skirts. They're brand new. I paid $3. I bought 3 or 4 of them, and I sold them for 18. I sold another one recently too. Jane Moncure, 1 to 10 books. Sold those 1 through 10, like kind of learning how to count and stuff. Sold those for 25. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver for the Dreamcast. Another $13 there. Chia Pet. This thing sold right away. Sold this for 28. I had paid 4 or 5 for it, so that was awesome. And then Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly, $12. That was a $2 game. And Lakeshore, these are like the addition and subtraction ones. I had paid $8 for those, sold them for 35. And it looks like that kind of wraps it up, guys. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. That's what I sold, this month. Quite a bit of stuff. Definitely made some pretty good money. Like I said, even though I didn't sell as much stuff, I still ended up with a lot of money left over in the bank because I hadn't bought a lot. So that was kind of the benefit of it all, was that despite not having a ton of sales, still was able to bring in some pretty good money. This month, still kind of slow too. I've had a couple of really good days and some average days and some not so good days. So I like to sell at least, 3 things a day, I feel pretty good there. My goal for the end of the year is to try to get to $100 a day in sales. It's not a whole lot. I know a lot of people are doing a lot more than that, but for me, I feel pretty comfortable. Now I probably average somewhere between, like last year was somewhere between $50 to $80 is where I ended up. So that's good, but not good enough yet. So I want to keep working on that. Hope you guys enjoy the video, and I hope you guys are having even more luck than I am out there. If you have any questions, please let me know. I did go garage selling this weekend, but there was some rain again, so I only got to go to a couple of estate sales and a couple of thrift stores. So found a few things. I'll do have a haul video I'll get out this week. Please like, comment, subscribe, and take care.